OdeeLoccSportsInfo here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel because y'all know OdeeLoc keeps it real. Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but it had two airplanes that went over my house, and I don't know what the hell they had in them, but they fucked up the whole signal. For real. That shit just kicked me offline. That's crazy though. But like I was saying, Jerron Boots Ennis and Castillo Clayton are set to fight for a IBF final eliminator, right? Let me share it. Let's share it. Let me share it. Okay, here we go. According to Boxing Social, Jerron Ennis likely to fight Castillo Clayton in IBF final eliminator, right? So the question is, since we all know that Errol Spence Jr. is not going to fight, right, Terrence Bud Crawford, since we all know that is not going to happen, right, since we all know if Udanis Ugas wins the fight, he's not going to fight Terrence Bud Crawford, right? We already know this. The writing is on the wall. They are both under the PBC, right? And unless, Terrence Bud Crawford signs with the PBC, he's not going to get those fights, right? Y'all already see what Keith Thurman is doing. He already going to the left, again, right? After he's saying that he's fighting, now they making a way for him to escape out the back door too, right? So the question is, I have the question, is Earl Spence Jr. going to take on his IBF mandatory? Because we know he's not going to fight Crawford, right? Is he going to take on his IBF mandatory? Is he going to vacate that belt? Or is he just going to vacate all the belts and move up? Right? This should be signs. This is kind of like signs that Earl Spence Jr. is about to move up to me, right? Because I don't see him fighting Jerron Boots Ennis at this time, right? I don't see him fighting Jerron Boots Ennis. Because from what I showed you guys the other day, he haven't fought a IBF Mando since Ocampo, right? And that was what, 2018, I think. That was 2018. Think about that, people. Think about that. 2018, June. Yeah, like June, I think it was June 16th, 2018. He haven't fought a IBF mandatory. And he getting away with it though. Okay, I know he was injured, all that, but that was something he brought on himself. So the belt should have been, repoed until, or put him as champion in recess until he get back or whatever. I don't know what they could have did, but he holding up the division. Excuse me. He holding up the division. Period. Earl Spence Jr. has held up the division. Right? People, they love to point the finger at Keith Thurman holding up the division, but it's like no. It's like no. Earl Spence Jr. has held up the division just as much as Keith Thurman. Let's be honest, right? And from how I'm looking at it, right? Since he owed the IBF a mandatory over every other sanctioning body, yes, over the WBC, over the WBA, right? Because he got the IBF belt first, right? He got that belt first. And then he just fight his WBC Mando and Danny Garcia, right, in 2020, right? Something like that, right? He fought him in 2020. So, and then he took off another break, right, from the IBF. It's like, I just don't see how can Earl Spence Jr. get away with almost 4 years and not giving a Mando, right? You know who that's similar to? Wilder, right? That's similar to Wilder. And who is all these guys under? All these guys are under the PBC banner. See, I just like to just point out the, just all the snake stuff that the PBC do, right? That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. To point out all this snake shit that the PBC doing, right? Because they got this cult following. Yes, they got a cult following, right? These people are like cult members. They do not think logical, rational. They do not think in that way. They are delusional. And that's what it's all about. So the question is Earl Spence Jr. going to fight his Mando, right? Which will be either Jerron Boots Ennis or Castillo Clayton, right? And I seen some video on Castillo Clayton. He pretty decent, right? Yeah, he pretty decent. He pretty decent. I cannot trash him in any, way at all. He pretty decent. He's a pretty decent boxer. So, a fight between him and Jerron Boots Ennis, it should be very entertaining. I mean, for real, it should be very entertaining. I'm favoring Boots. I'm favoring Boots. I got it like 60-40, at this point, right? And until I see a little bit more, I got it 60-40. But Clayton, he can win the fight, right? But Castillo Clayton, he can win a fight because he's a pretty decent boxer, right? He has a good right hand. And he has good body work. I mean, from what I seen, the little video I seen, he got good body work and he got a good right hand. So yeah, and he has power. And he has power. So yeah, you guys. I just wanted just to do this little short little vid, man. I'm about to go and get me something to eat. For real, man. Your boy kind of hungry. So I got to go and get me something to eat, man, and start off the day. It's about to be 10 out here in Cali. So I hope everybody have a great day. Stay safe, stay out the way of these haters, get your money, right? That's it. I'm gone, you guys.